Good morning. Today we're going to be working on this motorcycle, specifically its electronics. As you can see, I live in an apartment. There are no exterior outlets. To keep my battery healthy when not using it for a long time, I oftentimes have to use a trickle charger like this. We're going to see if we can use those solar panels to replace that trickle charger. This is the circuit diagram that was designed for the system. Here we can see all three panels as a source, and if they're shaded, here's a diode that can send current around them. There's also a diode to make sure that there's no reverse bias flow. To turn off the system, there's a switch. Also not included here are some fuses we have to protect the system. Now the physical build for this is right here. This is the terminal box we've used. Here you can see our switch to allow us to turn it on and off. Here's a lead, our output that goes to the battery, and the opposite side. And in between those, we have our bypass diode, our directional diode, and our panels 1, 2, and 3. This is a box that I designed to house the switch along with other electrical components. Looking at the circuit diagram for the motorcycle, you can see there's a lot going on here, but really we're just concerned with this battery. Now this is a 12-volt battery, but at healthy levels it should be about 13.6, and that 12 to 14 range is usually pretty good. Now a battery has a self-discharge current. This is the reason if you don't start your car for a long time that it'll go dead. The battery will, and you'll have to replace it. What is the current that the battery naturally self-discharges at? That is the point of a trickle charger to overcome that current. Now our photovoltaic array, how much voltage can it produce? Also, how much current can it produce to replace that trickle charging current? First, let's get the base voltage of the battery. Right now it's showing at 12.85 volts. The self-discharge current of the battery is about 0.05 milliamps. This is a Deltran Battery Tender Junior Trickle Charger. As you can see in the bottom left hand corner, it's rated at 12 volts and should charge the battery at a rate of 750 milliamps. You can see here it has this specific battery connector terminal, and I have the same installed in my motorcycle. This hooks directly to the battery and connects to it whether the battery is on or off. For my photovoltaic array, I've used the same type of terminal connector, which can hook up to the battery. These are the base voltage values being put out by the solar panel. Let's see what the current is. This is reading is 0.07 milliamps. This is the voltage of the photovoltaic array system while it's not connected to the battery. If I connect it, we can watch the voltage jump. Now yesterday when I ran this same test, I saw the voltage shoot up very quickly to about 13.5. I believe there are two reasons for this. Right now it's evening time and the quality of sunlight is not as high as it was when I did the test yesterday. And number two, I recently just ran this motorcycle. I've been driving it all day. The alternator has been charging the battery. So before I turn on the motorcycle, it's showing 12.84 volts. We expect a voltage drop when we turn on the lights. Yeah, and it dropped down to 12.34 volts. Now when we turn on the motorcycle, we'll get to see the behavior of the alternator and to see what it does and what a normal voltage jump is. Now we see the voltage decay back to where it was. But the idea is that the alternator charged it momentarily
and it shouldn't decay all the way back down. Now, that wasn't really enough time to give it substantial charge, but had we run it for a while, we'd expect it to see higher than where it had been initially. And then if we turn off the electronics of the motorcycle, we expect to see it shoot back up to that same range where it was initially.